Hi there, Steph here with Coaching Your Life with TaNelle and Steph. I am Steph Rickhammer. I am a coach who helps women who are sick and uncomfortable in their body change their habits to feel alive and active again.
Very good. And I'm TaNelle Farnsworth, and I help women strengthen their relationship with themselves and the people they love the most.
Amazing. Amazing. So tell me, how was your holiday season?
The holiday season is going very well. It was a great Christmas, and I'm not going to lie, I am kind of excited for school to start back up. I have mixed feelings. I want school to start back up, but I love having my kids at home, but it's like I don't know.
I know. That's how I feel too. It's tough. We've had a really mild winter here, and I know that it will come, and I know that we will suddenly have a bunch of days off in the end of February at the end of January and in February. And so this break, I feel like I want it to be something else. I don't know, but it's actually lovely because we've been able to walk the dog and get outside a few times. What's the weather like there?
Yeah, the weather here is kind of mild, for our winters as well. We usually have snow. We had only we got snow on Thanksgiving, and then it's only snowed a little bit here and there. We have only had a skiff this break, nothing too great. Which I was telling my husband, I was like, I really want to go sledding. We can't even go sledding because the snow, but we've just been kind of hanging out on site, and it's kind of I was telling my kids, I'm like, there's not really anything to do. I'm tired of spending so much money on things, when we can go do things, but you can't do anything because there's not very much snow.
Right. Yes. And I feel like normally at this time of year, so I don't like the cold. And at this time of year, I'm usually, a bit ready for something. So we're actually traveling next week to Houston, where it will be nice and warm. And it's funny because normally I'm so ready for the warm weather by January, and I'm excited for the warm, don't get me wrong, but I'm not feeling like I need it. So it's interesting how different this season is. No, do you ever feel affected by the weather?
I do get affected by the weather. I get affected. I feel like I don't like the cold either, but living here in Idaho, we get to negative 20. Yeah, we get negative 20 degrees, and it is, that is cold. And we haven't even gotten that cold yet, which has been super great. But I do, during some winters, I'm it's really hard sometimes to get through the winter, and there's lots of different things that I've tried to have a better outlook on my winters.
Yeah, what have you tried? I'm curious.
I know that 1 year, this was really great. So 1 year, we had planned a cruise in the winter time, because it's always nice during, the cruise travel time, and during our winter it's really nice. So that was super helpful to just go on vacation in the winter time. That helped me get through the rest of the winter, just having that little bit of sunshine. So that's always nice. I also have, there's just so many things that you can do, but I would say try to get some sunlight. If you can't, then I don't know, I wouldn't go outside because it's too cold if I wanted to go get some sunlight. But my son and I just went outside. It was actually pretty nice we just put jackets on. We walked around the neighborhood and then came back in, and it was good for my little boy because he needed an out. He doesn't have any friends. I usually babysit a little girl, and she and him just play all day together and do great. But he was like feeling it the other day, and I could tell that he was like, oh, like, this is so boring here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would say
I do this all the time, Mom.
yeah. So sunlight helps me. Food, I know that food helps me too. Like there's certain foods like berries. There's certain fruits that you can eat. Obviously that help boost your, I don't know what that's even called, but help you boost your vitamins, I guess. I do take a supplement. I always take vitamin D during the wintertime because we do not get any sun hardly. It's usually cloudy and there's hardly any sun here in the wintertime.
I will say that I think that most people don't get enough vitamin D all year because we all wear sunscreen, right? So I actually, all three of us in this house actually take vitamin D all year because of that. Like we go to the beach all the time, but we're lathered. I'm white, literally. I wear zinc. So like but vitamin D, I was actually reading on it, and there's a lot of research that is trying to prove that it helps boost your immune system, and like aside from making your bones stronger and helping you absorb calcium and a few other important things, it does help your body in a lot of ways. So I think that's a smart one.
Yes.
And I think winter is tough because, I don't know, everyone around us is sick, right? So we're surrounded by, you want to go places, you want to do things, and then you hear that so-and-so had the flu last week, and you were at that party, or, just we went into the city to see the tree, and the people that were watching our dog, one of the girls had the flu. So like, everywhere you go, it's people are sick. Your skin gets like itchy and tight, and my nails break super easily in the winter. And it's just like all these things about the winter just get me a little down and feeling like I'm done. I'm ready for it to be done.
Yeah, I agree with the sickness. I try not to go. Like my husband's family is really funny because they like his sister won't come around if anyone's sick, and we kind of give her a hard time, but it's so true. Like she's so great for trying to like prevent sickness in her house, and I kind of have a bad, I'm like, if we're gonna get sick, we're gonna get sick, like it's gonna happen. But she tries to prevent
it. So those supplements, sorry, go ahead.
It's like she's trying to prevent it, which is very good. But yeah, some supplements. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say there are some supplements that we could all be boosting in ourselves in the winter, mostly because we don't go outside, right? So everybody gets together in a house instead of outside. So all the germs that we might have, we just kind of share and let them commingle. A little gross, but having things like zinc and vitamin C and foods high in zinc and vitamin C can also really help boost your immune system to keep, go see your sister-in-law with lots of vitamin C in her and say, don't worry, or give them to her.
That's a good idea.
But with my nails, what I've noticed is putting I wash my face with coconut oil. So putting a lot of oil on my hands throughout the day, and then just really thick lotion at night all the way to my elbows. And my hands are not cracking this year, which is really, again, it's not as cold as it's been years past, but usually at this point, my hands are just a disaster.
Yeah, I noticed it last night. My son had really red. He was really red right here. And I was like, you need to start putting lotion. And he's like, I know. And I was like, go do it right now. Because I mean, he just kind of like, I know, like, I'm like, if you don't want it to hurt, then go get some lotion.
Right, right. Yep. Yeah. So, like you were saying, one of the things you like to do, you've done in the past when it's been kind of cold, was to go on vacation. And I was thinking about like those winter blues when you start to feel like you don't really want to go out anymore because it's cold and you just want to sleep, right? Like, do you feel like that sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
want
feel
to
like
sleep
that
more.
now, and it's not that cold, but yeah.
Like our
waking up at
bodies
my
are
normal
like,
time is so difficult.
we're like hibernating like bears.
We're trying. I hear my dog trying to get up the steps. So if I run away, it's because she fell down the stairs, just so you
Okay.
know.
Okay. We'll patiently wait for you.
I might need to go rescue her because I hear her sliding. One moment,
Okay.
please.
You're fine.
So sorry.
No worries.
That's the worst. She's super old and she tries to get up and down the stairs, and sometimes it works. And like that, sometimes it doesn't.
That's okay.
She's like this at the bottom of the stairs. Anyway, yeah, so I was thinking about it because, like I mentioned, we're going to Houston where it will be warm. And while I feel like that whole like winter blues thing where you just kind of want to stay, I don't know, like you said, hibernated, but I'm not sad, right? Like sometimes I feel like just angry, which is awful, but sometimes I feel just not right in the winter, but never like depressed. Just I need it to be different. I need to be able to get outside and get active. And
Right.
so I was looking up some things about it because I've heard people say that they actually get depressed in the winter. And I was thinking that's winter blues, but they're actually two different things.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there's actually a thing called seasonal affective disorder, and I think I'm saying that correctly, but essentially it is actually a depression that comes
Steph, can you repeat that again? Because you are cutting
on
out.
based on the
Steph?
seasons, and it's not even always in the winter. And you just froze too. Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
I'm just going to look at my internet. I don't know what to do because I'm in the room where the thing is.
No, that's
right
the first
next
time
to me.
that's happened. It's okay. Can you just start from where last thing I heard was seasonal affective disorder and then you cut out.
Yeah, and that's seasonal affective disorder is actually a form of depression that comes on with seasons, like the change of seasons. And I didn't realize that people could have it in the summer, but I think it's a lot more common in the winter. And
Wow.
It actually can be super serious. Did I cut out again?
No. I just was thinking, like,
Oh.
for me, like, I love the summer so much because I'm more active in the summertime. So that is interesting to know. But I guess, like, if it's super, super hot, like if you were like living in like Arizona or somewhere where it was super hot, maybe that would be your time that it would affect you.
Yeah, because you really can't go outside.
Yeah.
It's certain portions, right? Like,
Right.
and I've got a good friend that lives in Arizona, and they go to their pool, but like it's too hot to run outside or take the dog out, you know?
Right.
I mean, she just lets her dog in our backyard, but you have to wait for the evening to be to be able to swallow my coffee funny. You have to wait for the evening. Excuse me. I have all my liquids.
That's good.
Yeah, but so I just wanted to share a little bit of what I learned about seasonal. It's actually called SAD, seasonal affective disorder.
Okay.
Just that it actually is a form of depression, and it can start looking the same way as winter blues, like sleeping a lot and feeling like you don't want to do quite as much as you usually do, and maybe even difficulty taking initiative, you know, calling the friend that you said you were going to get together with this week or whatever. But then it can move into no longer enjoying activities you used to enjoy, to feeling to the extreme of feeling hopeless about the future and having suicidal thoughts. So I thought it was an interesting thing to talk about because I think people in our areas of the world, closer to the Canadian border,
Yes.
tend to suffer from it more than other places in the country. And so it's interesting to me because, like I said, I'm definitely affected by the weather, but not, I'm happy to say not to this extreme.
Same.
And so, you know, while reading about it, one of the things that kept popping up was if you feel, if you start to feel this and you notice it, and you fear maybe it's a cold or maybe you're just being a baby, don't be afraid to go to the doctor, because if you or a family member, I mean, it even talked about genetics, suffer from depression, that this could be something that you could be suffering from. So don't be afraid to call a doctor and just ask them some questions. So
That's
I
a
thought that was
good
kind of
point.
an interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I'm sorry about the delay because I feel like I keep interrupting you.
Oh, no, you're just fine.
So then then the other side of it is, what do? You know, you said a few things that you enjoyed doing, but one of the key things I think is to make sure that you are still taking a walk even though it's cold outside, right? Making plans with your friends.
Yes. I think those things are great things because if you totally shut down, then, I mean, it's going to even go deeper than what it needs to be.
Right. And I know that in one of the things you were working on was something for you. And so you just signed up for light therapy. Is that correct?
Yes, I did. So I just bought a few massages because of our sessions that we do, and I needed more self-care. And I've been wanting massages for a long time, and so I just finally broke down and did it. And it happened to be on the best day because we do a community thing called Midnight Madness, and they were doing some great specials. So pretty much the light therapy was like $25 extra, but I got it for $5 added on to my massage. So
That's
I'm
so
excited.
spectacular.
Yes, I'm so excited. She's like, you will be like, she's like, because I was like, I don't need it, like I'm thinking, I'll be fine. But she's like, you will be amazed at how like you'll just love it. And I was like, oh, fine, I'll try it. Like it's only $5 extra. So I was like, sure, yeah, whatever.
Why not?
Yeah. So it worked out. Like I'm excited.
Well, it's actually one of the things.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I just said I'm excited because
This delay is horrible.
I haven't done it yet. So I will my appointment's in January. So it will be, I think, perfect timing for me because like it will be the middle of January. It's actually like the 16th, I think, is my appointment. So I'm excited.
Okay. Yeah. And that's actually one of the things that they recommend is light therapy for winter blues or seasonal affective disorder. So when I was reading about it, like I said, I got excited thinking about your massages with light therapy. Perfect timing.
Yes, it really is. It's going to be, I'm really excited about it. So, and also something else I think is just to keep moving because Steph actually challenged me, a good challenge. And if you have a friend, like me, this is a great idea. So Steph and I are like accountability partners, but if you have a friend that you are like, I really need to work out. So my sister's wedding's in February and I'm like, I really need to work out. I want to like look better for the wedding. And anyways, so Steph challenged me. She's like, I want you to pay me a large amount of money, Venmo me, and I will save it for you. But if you don't work out what you committed to, then I get to keep the money. So I ended up sending Steph $150, which is a lot of money. To me, it is. And so I am committed, like I really am committed to get my 5 workouts in because I don't want to lose that $150. So if you have a friend, right. I think it's a great idea because then you're more apt to commit to something. And moving, I think exercise and getting your body to move and it's just boosts your energy and boosts your self-esteem so much.
It's so true, so true. And there are so many different ways. I know Fitbit, you can challenge people on a Fitbit. I don't have one, but you don't have to actually be in contact with somebody to make it work. We talk a couple times a week, but there's so many ways to have an accountability partner. If you can think outside the box a tiny bit and find that person that helps you move, because that is another thing to help with the seasonal mood feelings. I mean, I don't want to belittle just winter blues because they're true and you really feel that. And the SAD is a seasonal affective disorder. That's another way to help with that too. That's a true depression that, one of the best ways to counteract depression is to move. And I think you're right. Finding a partner is exactly the way you need to do it.
Yes, I think so too.
Great. Yeah, so here, I just wanted to tell you, so some sad facts. Ready?
Yes.
I thought these were kind of interesting. Women and young adults ages 18 to 30 are more likely to suffer from SAD than men or older adults, which I thought was kind of an interesting thing. On average, about 6% of Americans, most commonly in northern climates, experience SAD, while 14% of Americans experience winter blues. So when you consider the population of America, right? Yeah. And that's the population of those that are fairly northern. To me, that's a decent percentage.
Yeah.
When a lot of people live in not
Alaska?
Not as many as you would think. There was a whole study on it. I was reading about this study about Alaska, and first of all, when you live in Alaska, you know that you're going to have less sunlight, right?
Right.
Now, if you just move there, like your sister, right, or your brother,
My brother lives there. He's actually moving to Texas. Yeah.
Which will be huge.
Yeah.
Difference. But one of the when you're from there, you know exactly what it is, and there's no fear of not going outside. Like, you just have to, because you have to keep doing whatever it is your job or your life needs you to do. So you have to chop wood for your fireplace. You have to, so you're always active. Right.
It's so true.
But you're always active. You're always doing stuff. You can't stay in. So it's kind of an interesting thing. They actually have less seasonal depression there than people along the Canadian border.
Wow.
Yep. I thought that was kind of,
that is interesting.
Yeah, because I think we're just not as used to it, where when it's your everyday, right?
Yeah, that's true. And you don't ever know what's expected. Like, you don't ever know if it's going to be mild winter or not. Like, the whole year, it could be, I mean, we could have a mild winter and then not even, and then all of a sudden it's like, bam.
Right. It's true. So let's see, this last one, rates of SAD vary depending on where you live. About 9% of Americans who live near the Canadian border experience SAD symptoms, compared to just 1.5 people in Florida.
Wow.
So I thought that was pretty cool. So those of you listening that live in climates like us, just be aware. And I wanted to mention just a couple things you could do. I mean, we talked about supplements, keeping your body healthy so you don't feel like you don't want to move and you have to stay in bed, but also to make sure you're drinking more water than you usually do, because the air is dry, and when you're dehydrated, you're a lot more likely to get sick. And when you're not sleeping, you're a lot more likely to get sick. So go to bed at the time you usually do and drink lots of water. Those are two great ways to keep your body even and healthy. The same thing with meals. Try to eat at the same time every day, and don't give in to that deep need for just white carbs. Try to make sure you're eating leafy greens and things like that that are building your body from the inside out so that you are stronger. And stay connected with friends and meet with them. Go out to meet them.
Yes. It's hard sometimes to do that, but it's very important.
It is. Well, and I have another partner who lives in Michigan, and literally like tunnels of snow, right? So that makes it more difficult, but there, maybe it's your neighbor you're hanging out with, or, there's other ways to figure out what to do. Get on Zoom and hang out with a friend like this.
So true.
Or FaceTime if you have an iPhone. I don't, but and just make sure you're engaging in things you want to do and make you happy.
Yes, so true. Some things that I have been trying to do more too, though, is like meditate more and journal more, and that's supposed to help boost your I don't even know what that's like, self-esteem. I don't know, like.
Well, also gratitude journaling helps to boost your serotonin, which will definitely help.
Yes. Yeah, I love it. I think too, if you can find a hobby that you love doing in the wintertime, then especially like, okay, so if you love walking, I was thinking about this the other day, because like I really enjoy walking, and get some snowshoes. I should go get some snowshoes, and they should go like snowshoeing as a family. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. So I actually think about that a couple days ago. I was like, because I love being outside. And like I love being out in the mountains and being in the wilderness. We live in such a like great area where we're really close to like the mountains and can go anywhere really within 30 minutes to an hour and be there. So snowshoeing is on my list of to-dos.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear how that goes. The
Thanks.
delay is so bad.
It's all good. All right. Do you want to add anything else before we end?
I think just keeping in mind that if you notice a change in how you're feeling, not to be afraid to go to the doctor, that it's worth talking to somebody, whether it's you're getting a cold or whether it's a seasonal depression or winter blues thing. It's good and it's okay to talk to people and help yourself by staying engaged in activities you enjoy and engaged in activities with other people. And sleep and hydration are so key to how you're going to feel. So eat well, sleep well, and drink a lot of water.
Yes, I love it. Perfect. I love all those tips that you shared. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was nice chatting with you.
Same. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
And happy January.
Oh, yes. I know. I'm kind of excited for school to start too.
Do you guys start January 6th? You start on the 2nd? Oh, wow. Right after New Year's.
Yeah.
Okay. We start January 6th.
Enjoy.
Yeah, we have a whole, half a week, I guess. More, but that's okay. You'll be ready, I'm sure. All right. Yep. Well, I will talk to you later.
All right. Have a great day. Take care.
Bye, Steph. Bye.